Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the latest turn-based game to hit our consoles, getting glowing reviews and even being the highest rated game on Metacritic in 2025 so far. That's huge praise for a game that came out less than a week ago. Is it really worth the hype? So I'm really excited to chat about my thoughts with Expedition 33 so far. I'm a little bit over the halfway point. I will say that I'm only going to be showing early in-game footage to avoid any spoilers because this game is worth going in almost as blind as possible. And before we get to that, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already and comment down below. And I also want to say thank you to Sandfall Interactive for providing me with a review code, but I did also buy a PS5 version because I wanted to, double dip and support the release. So let's get to a spoiler-free overview of the game and the story. It's a haunting styled game. It's got fragile hope. It dares to paint a world, pun intended, that's as beautiful as it is doomed. Developed by Sandfall Interactive, this game fuses beautiful visuals, gripping turn-based combat, and a deeply emotional narrative into something really bold and unforgettable. In Clair Obscur Expedition 33, the world isn't dying from like war or disease or disaster or anything kind of that we've seen before. This is unique. The world seems to be fading away, being erased by a mysterious force called the Paintress. Now, every year a number is chosen, and this year is 33, so nobody really ages beyond a certain point. Now, in this game, you play as a member of Expedition 33, humanity's desperate attempt to end this ongoing cycle of disappearance. And the story doesn't bombard you with constant twists or shock moments. Instead, it unfolds with a really quiet and very poignant narrative. Characters here are beautifully human. They're flawed, hopeful, stubborn, and heartbreakingly real. Dialogue is really great and sharp, philosophical without being overly pretentious, which is one thing that does kind of bother me with games like this. It seems to be overly aware and has to sound smarter than it really is, but that's not the case here. There's lots of themes of memory and loss, of course, inevitability, and resilience. Resilience, I think, is the key word that would define Expedition 33. Now, while I'm not fully finished the game yet, I will say that the pacing so far is mostly strong, though the earlier sections of the game seem to be a little bit more drip-fed. So really, I think everything comes to a real wow moment at the end of Act 1. No spoilers, but if you're looking for a why, that's it. So as long as you're patient, the emotional payoff is tremendous. So yes, please stick with this story because it does ramp up the more you play it. From your first steps into Expedition 33, the world pulls you into this strange dream. Exploration of the game feels fluid. I mean, yes, this is an RPG and, inspired by lots of JRPGs that we love, but it really feels like you're in this weird dream state. I've never really played anything like this. It's very, very interesting. The level design rewards curiosity. There's lots of hidden paths, environmental storytelling with all the ruins and things that you see along the way that echo the real world, and there are some clever interactions to keep you moving forward. Instead of bloated side quests or fetch missions, objectives here in the game feel natural and woven into the setting's fabric. And the growth of the world feels organic and refreshing. The more you play, the more you get access to. There are different ways that you can traverse the world. Obviously, you can walk on foot with your party, or you can get access to a ship. It's very interesting the way that this game is padded out. Again, it feels like it's in this weird dream state. That being said, some of the pacing isn't super perfect. Some areas are very rich with things to do, while others feel maybe intentionally barren, likely to emphasize the world's slow unraveling. I would say it's an effective choice, but if you're craving constant engagement, you might notice some lulls in the world, but it hasn't bothered me at all, and that's not a nitpick, but this is just what I've experienced. Turn-based combat in Clair Obscur is anything but slow or passive. Active elements like timed blocks, perfect counters, and skillful aiming keeping you engaged with every battle. Imagine classic turn-based strategy infused with real-time precision. Every input matters. Mistiming a defense or misjudging an attack window can mean the difference between scraping by or falling apart. Enemy design is also another standout. Each foe feels like a solidified nightmare or a forgotten memory of the world, beautifully grotesque and disturbingly appropriate to the world's logic. I would say a lot of enemy design is very reminiscent of, Studio Ghibli, Spirited Away, just that world where things don't feel real, but they fit that world. I don't know, it's like the French version of Spirited Away, really. That's the best way I could say it. So yeah, party coordination, timing, and skill tree choices are key to survival. And the boss fights, they're pretty spectacular. They push you without ever feeling that the fights are unfair. And these kind of encounters make sure that you're engaged, making you think about your choices before you make them. It really brings back that strategy feeling to turn-based. I haven't played something like this in a very long time. And also, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. It does make a huge difference in supporting a channel like mine. Now, every section of Expedition 33 looks, handcrafted, but in this weird dream state. And I've said this before, but that's really the only way that I can describe this game. The world of Expedition 33 doesn't chase realism. I feel like it chases emotion more than anything else. And the story captures that, but the world also captures that beautifully. Colors swirl across environments and battlefields alike. Buildings seem half-dreamed. Shadows linger in ways that feel more mournful than menacing. It's not a particularly scary game, but there are elements that feel that you could be, walking in a tight corridor and something would jump out and scare you. It does have that vibe. It is very dark, but I also think it's very meaningful in how the game decides to be dark. The soundtrack is really great as well. Ethereal sounds and strings and ghostly piano melodies drift in and out like memories you can't quite grasp. I would say that it's a score that lingers quietly in the back of the game, the kind of music you might remember in years later when you think about this game. Nothing really is sticking out to me as a truly amazing piece that I will definitely go back and listen to yet. It's all helping paint the picture of this game, but it is the perfect backdrop to the world. And I'm a sucker for voice acting. I will say that it is pretty excellent. The main cast delivers really well, nuanced, deeply human performances. It hits some emotional heights, and the lead characters really carry this experience. I'm excited to deep dive even more and hear even more performances. I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. So if you like modern JRPGs or modern RPGs with a fully voiced game, you're in for a treat. So Expedition 33 isn't just another RPG or JRPG inspired game. It is its own unique take on the genre, reflecting on themes like loss and hope and the desperate human need to be remembered. What kind of legacy you're going to live? How are you going to prepare those who come after you for a new tomorrow? Although this game is great, it's not flawless. Some early lore dumps, occasional pacing dips, and some minor combat repetition might test your patience, but again, if you stick with it, it will pay off. There is sheer beauty in this world, the emotional gut punch of the story. It has depth in the combat, and the haunting brilliance of the art and the direction and the music more than outweigh any nitpicks or any flaws that I could find so far in my experience. I will say, if you're searching for a game that doesn't just keep you busy for an hour or so, if you're looking for something that's seriously going to leave a mark on you and potentially earn a Game of the Year spot, this is something that you're going to find yourself thinking about long after you put down the controller. Expedition 33 is definitely a must-play. It's not just a game, it's an experience, and I can tell you, there's not many of those. So that's my time so far with Expedition 33. It's a fantastic game that's shaping up to be a incredible, unique, one-off, very dreamy adventure. I haven't played anything like this before, so I hope you guys get the opportunity to enjoy the game and see what is in store for Expedition 33. So thanks so much for watching. See you guys on another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye for now.